Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Sure.
Jerks.
Watched a lot of stuff. I saw that Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Is it as good as Sonic the Hedgehog 1?
I would describe it as the perfect film. It is a masterpiece on par with The Godfather and The Godfather 2.
Yes.
And I think everyone will be talking about it in film studies classes probably for decades to come.
Is it funny at least?
No, it's highly enjoyable. I actually really liked it.
He's not being he's not being overly
maybe a little
ironic about this.
Maybe a little.
Sonic 2 is better. I liked it a lot more than Sonic 1, which I also enjoyed. You're
a Tails guy.
I am. That is true. I've always been in it for Tails. But Sonic 2 is surprisingly enjoyable and funny and well paced, which I know is something it's like it feels weird you have to say that, but it knows what it needs to do and how to get there.
Not these days you have to say it because every movie's 2.5 hours. And
it knows what it's doing. It doesn't dwell. It also does this very unusual thing, especially for a movie that's technically a kid's movie, where it assumes you saw the first one and doesn't explain anything. Like, if you don't remember the sister from the first movie, you're screwed because we're not going to go into what happens.
I don't remember.
And if you don't remember the general and and all the jokes that were made about him, you're screwed on this too. We're not rehashing this. We're not explaining what the deal is with Eggman's sidekick. We're not doing any of that. We're assuming you saw the first movie and we're just moving this plot along, whether you like it or not. And to be perfectly honest, it was awesome that they did that. It made the movie so much better that it didn't dwell on making sure you knew who these people were. They just assumed you knew. And if you didn't, too damn bad.
Right.
And
it took the Marvel movie approach of just like here we are.
Yeah.
This is where we're at. Catch up.
And I like that, which is, a very Sonic thing to say.
Is that going to any free service anytime soon?
Sonic 2 is on Paramount, I believe.
It's on Paramount Plus right now, which I have.
I'm not doing that.
So, yeah.
They're not going to get me to sign up for Paramount Plus.
Not for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, no.
I mean, I can't imagine what they would have to put together to get me over there. I mean,
at the end of this month, though, at least you'll get to watch Doctor Strange. That's coming June 22nd.
Wait, where's that? What's happened?
June 22nd, you get to watch Doctor Strange
on already?
Disney Plus. Yep.
That was fast.
I know. They
Why?
Oh, what do I look like? Bob Iger?
I feel like you know these things.
I don't. I was surprised. They announced it. It was like a surprise announcement today.
I am surprised. Look at me.
Yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, highly enjoyable. I highly recommend it for the family movie night.
I watched a really good movie. Actually, our family watched a really good movie, but it's a little maybe too intense for your younger families. It's called RRR. It's the most successful Indian movie in history. It's an action movie though. So it's really well done. And Ty, like when I told Ty that we were going to watch it, he protested. But it's one of those movies that in the first 5 minutes, you know you made the right choice because there's crazy fucking action and it's awesome.
And this is on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's 3 hours. So that's something that you need to know. But
is there singing and dancing?
There is, but not as, it's a lot of action. It's mostly action. This is a great, if you've always wanted to watch one of these Indian Bollywood movies.
I've seen a Bollywood movie before.
Okay. Shipwreck probably hasn't though. If you always thought like you might be interested, but then you always like, this is the one to dive in on because the action is really well done. It's quality action. Look, the CG may not be perfect. You may like the head sometimes may not be lined up right on the body properly, but it's worth it. It's a good story, great action. RRR.
Great name.
You know what the R stands for? The first R?
What?
Story. You know what the second R stands for? There's an R in story, by the way.
There is.
My guess is that in like Hindi, it makes more sense.
Arithmetic.
No, it's another word that has an R in it, but it's not the first letter. I forgot what it was. But yeah, RRR, highly recommended. The whole family loved it, but it's violent. It's very violent. So not very violent, but like a solid PG-13. Like I don't know,
maybe an R.
Like maybe an R. Not that bloody and like no sex or anything like that.
So is it like triple R, like triple X?
No, that's probably a
Vin
worse
Diesel?
movie. Yeah, no Vin Diesel. But by the way, here's a trigger alert. If you get offended when the white guys are the bad guys in the movie, you're not going to have a good time with RRR because it's all about colonialism.
Why would I be?
Not for you. Not for you.
Why do you think that would offend me?
I'm not you, the listeners. Listeners, I know you're not going to watch it no matter what. I'm talking to the listeners. I'm talking directly to the listeners.
I do have a new Doctor Strange though over my shoulder though, so I get to watch. Excited for new Doctor.
It's a lot of cans. Speaking of cans, there's a lot of cans behind you. Also,
I know. Well, those are the cans that the little people come in.
The pops, you mean?
Yeah.
Right.
They're not. Yeah, they're not pops. They're soda pops.
Anyway, watch RRR. It's really good. It's soda
It's different.
pops, right?
It's different.
Right. Totally different. Just the same company and
It's just the same company making the same thing, but it's different.
smaller.
So you take these out of the container, but then you stack the container up.
Then you stack
right
the
next to
containers
it.
up. Mhm.
Good thing there's no earthquakes in New York.
Yep.
A lot of shit falling over in Wombat's house. All right, what else are we talking about here? And watch this, jerks.
I watched Venom 2. Let there
Why?
be carnage. What? I have to watch it.
I know.
That's
How
not a
how was
question.
it? How was it?
Well, you've seen it.
I know. I'm asking you though.
The first hour of it, I was pretty like impressed with. I thought they were doing a good job. And this is like a crisp, I think, hour and 26 minutes. Is it this movie?
Wow,
and then
really?
like, yeah,
They ran
once
out of
it gets
money.
Past the they had like you have 90 minutes of CGI, guys. That's what you got.
Mhm.
They probably
Once
didn't
it
even
got
get that.
past the hour mark and it got into like basically a 26-minute battle between Carnage and Venom. Spoiler. There's a big battle between Carnage and Venom.
But it takes a really long time.
It takes a really long time, and they also waited an hour in to get Dr. Dan involved. Like Dr. Dan does not show up if you're familiar with Dr. Dan from the first movie. He doesn't show up until after the hour mark.
Dr. Dan is basically the poor man's James Marsden.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch this movie.
No, you're not.
Venom is an okay character.
They kind of, I think they screwed up though in the middle of that movie. A little too much
For you. I think it's consistent for some level of Venom. Like
I think it would be more consistent for this Venom to leave those bodies before the people die.
yeah, I agree. But maybe that's for Venom 3. Maybe he makes that morality.
He kills
jump.
a lot of innocent people in this movie. Like 4.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
Okay.
How many people have you killed today?
He's not Venom, though.
Yeah, I'm not a alien symbiote.
Are you not?
Prove it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not so sure.
I know. Like, ring a bell.
Yeah, they it's pretty jokey. You like Venom telling like a lot of jokes, Cheapy?
No, I probably would not like that.
What about the same joke like 4 times?
No.
You're a loser, Eddie.
I don't want this.
There's I mean, some of it's pretty funny. I will say.
I want to hear about the next movie.
Sneakerella?
I have a related movie to talk about afterwards.
I know you do because I'm curious about the movie you're getting ready to talk about because it was recommended to me immediately after watching Sneakerella. So Sneakerella is the Disney Plus original that my family's been looking forward to. It's been advertised for months and months and months as coming to Disney Plus. This is, of course, the reimagining of Cinderella, where instead of the Cinderella being the female side, now it's a dude who designs sneakers.
Okay.
And it's a musical.
How come it's not called Sneakerella then?
Well, there was a Cinderfella.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's another movie.
that is.
That's a Jerry Lewis movie.
like, believing.
So it's cute. It is a little bit long. It's a musical. It's got the songs, got the dancing, but it's like 2 hours long, and that's like maybe we didn't need much singing and dancing.
Was it good at all?
Yeah, no, it's well done, and it's all like it's all minority cast, right? So it's nice to like see that in like a premiere like Disney movie where all of these characters have been reimagined for a more diverse audience.
Is there a Jew?
The bad guy.
A money lender?
Mm.
Is there anybody lending out money with high interest rates?
There's not really
And rubbing his hands together.
No.
I'd like to buy your shoes there.
Perhaps
I'm trying to
does
think if there's even like
Them shoes.
his
I
nose
don't
look anything like
remember-
this?
I don't remember any Caucasians in this movie in any significant role.
That's good.
It's black, Asian. That's pretty much it. Those are the two races in this movie.
That works. So the other movie that we were talking about that sort of goes along with this one is called Spin. And I only saw that. I was only on Disney Plus because of Obi-Wan, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I saw they had made some movie. Obviously, this is like for 13-year-old girls. Or
Yeah, it's next up on our playlist. Yes.
Perfect. So it's about like an Indian girl who wants to become a DJ. And she meets this guy who's into DJing. Wombat is yawning. Look at Wombat yawning.
Mhm.
Wombat, it's only 9:36. Wombat.
I know, and I have to be up until midnight tonight. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, wrong button. Where's the yawn button?
And I get
Oh man,
You
I
ruined it. Anyway, talk about your Indian girl who's a DJ movie.
I found it. It took me a minute. Yeah, it seems like it was well done. I just, I fast forwarded through the whole. I didn't watch it, obviously. I'm not going to watch that, but I just fast forwarded to see like when the turntables came up on to see what they talk about. And yeah, they talk about beat matching and stuff like that. It was, I think you should watch it.
Oh, I definitely will. Like,
Yeah.
It was. If Sneakerella wasn't that solid 2 hours, I'm sure that would have come up and I would have been like, okay, well now we're watching Spin.
If Emmeline gets into it at all,
Yeah.
she's going to absolutely lose her shit when she comes to my house. Because like you can't even like go 2 feet without walking into some sort of DJ controller of various size and proportion. Yeah, it's good. I'm excited to hear what she thinks about it.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about some TV shows, specifically Obi-Wan. Wombat, did you watch all of it or?
Yeah, I caught up before we did the show.
Oh,
I
nice.
I watched episode 3 because it was raining. So let's watch Obi-Wan.
Right.
that was the reason.
I gotta be honest. Like when I'm watching these shows, like there's part of me that's just looking forward to making fun of it. Well, I mean, like obviously I want it to be amazing and just be so into it that I can't make fun of it, right? But I recognize the reality of the situation that they're making a lot of these shows and there's only so many good ideas. So I'm there with an open mind, but I'm also there like, hey, if this thing sucks, at least we can critique it in
I don't think it
interesting ways.
sucks.
I didn't say that it sucked.
I'm like, I
said
actually
in
think
case that it
Obi-Wan's
sucked.
pretty good.
I have like a few big problems with Obi-Wan.
Okay, tell me what your big problems are.
I asked
and then I'll
Mrs.
tell you why
Cheapy-
they're not.
I asked Mrs. Cheapy if she had anything to say about Obi-Wan, what a statement to make about Obi-Wan. And this is what she had to say. She said, like, the big problem is you're watching a show about a Jedi who can't do who's like helpless. So it's kind of annoying to watch a guy who you've seen like kick some ass in a bunch of different ways in different films and TV shows. And now the guy, it's like,
Did you watch episode 2?
I watched episode 3.
You watched episode 3. Okay, so you
He
didn't
doesn't
see
do
the part.
anything.
You didn't see the part in episode 3 where he kills 6 stormtroopers.
Okay, whatever. But he doesn't even use his lightsaber. I couldn't even clap.
In the second episode, he like kicks a whole bunch of ass when he's
not
escaping.
when, but he cowers a lot.
Like all those bounty hunters are coming after him. And
But then also he's cowering a lot. Also,
well, he
like
also
in certain
has,
situations, and he acts like he doesn't know what he's doing.
He clearly has some PTSD, and he also has there's something going on with his force powers where he doesn't have them anymore.
I don't like that.
Okay, you don't like the plot of the show.
Yes.
The plot of the show is that there's something going on with Obi-Wan's force powers, and he doesn't seem to have
but they
them
don't
anymore.
talk about it at all, or it's just.
Oh, I'm sorry that they're respecting the audience instead of telegraphing.
Oh, wait a minute. That show is constantly telling you what's going on, like over and over again. It respects the audience if the audience is like 8. Because I literally turned to Mrs. Cheapy last night and I was like, why do they keep telling me that this is happening? I'm watching the fucking show. It's just, that's one of those shows where it's always doing that.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like we're watching 2 different shows.
Why do people, I have a question. I haven't read any of the criticism on it. Why do people hate the Black Lady character?
Because she's a Black Lady character.
Do they hate the character, or what do they hate about it?
She's black and she's a lady.
Well, that I understand. But they don't have a problem with the Asian alien character wearing the Ching Chong Chinaman hat?
No,
the space version of that? Like what
not.
Like I don't understand why they make these shows in a vacuum. You got Pumpkinhead alien with the tattoos on his head with a cape. You got the alien guy with the space rice patty hat, and then you got Black Lady. They didn't put any type of makeup or anything on her. I mean, maybe like regular acting.
Well, that's because they showed her at the beginning when she was a child.
I'm just saying it's weird that you have these characters. They're all obviously like aliens, and they have like a unique look to, not just aliens, but like a weird look to them. And then there's just.
Do you remember her from The Queen's Gambit?
The actress?
Yeah.
Or the Inquisitor?
No, the Inquisitor was also in The Queen's Gambit. The actress. She was great in The Queen's Gambit.
I don't remember. Who is she?
She was the best friend for The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think she was amazing in that. I think she's doing a fine job here.
Are people saying that she's not doing a good acting job?
That's what they're saying. I'm like,
I mean, first of all, like the dialogue
it's ridiculous.
The dialogue in the show is just it's meant for 10-year-olds to be able to understand, so it's not, we're not talking
like my
about
son who thinks this is the greatest television show that's ever existed.
Right. So I don't like watching a show where you have like basically like a superhero who doesn't have his powers. Like to me, that's like.
But at least you understand.
I understand
that it's something's going on where he doesn't.
He's impotent.
Yeah,
he needs some force.
He's a little
Viagra.
Force impotent. Yeah, he needs force Viagra.
His midi-chlorian level is low. He needs that fucking space Cialis. Yeah.
Did you like Vader?
And it was funny because we were talking about last week how hard it is to write lines for characters like Vader because we know all their lines already. And they didn't fuck it up. He didn't say anything dumb. He didn't say much, but he didn't say anything stupid.
Well, that's sort of the trick with him. It's like he can only say like one thing every 3 hours.
Right. Because otherwise he's about to slip up.
And then it has to be other people saying what Vader said to them.
That's fine.
Right? That's the other way you do it. It's like, I spoke with Lord Vader personally. And then everyone's like, oh shit, he spoke with Lord Vader personally.
Well, that's what made Vader like a great character, is because you didn't see him all that much. And it was like, the anticipation of being able to see him. Oh, people even talking about him. That's even interesting. But now it's, they got to sell these subscriptions. So we see a lot of Vader. I was hoping they made some references about how he didn't like sand, but they didn't really like put any like jokey Easter eggs.
They didn't really stay on Tatooine very long.
He doesn't like sand.
Yeah. They do that fake out in the first episode where you think it's all going to take place on Tatooine.
Let me just put it this way.
It doesn't.
Obi-Wan better get his fucking mojo back in the next episode, because it's getting a little ridiculous. He's got to at least remember how to use the lightsaber, because you're carrying that shit around with you.
That's the thing, is he actually had a lot of trouble with it.
That would explain the fight that he has with Vader in the first movie.
Yeah.
Can I just say? I'll say what. This is not a spoiler. This the maybe the dumbest thing.
Spoiling the hell out of this show.
This is no spoilers.
I haven't watched it at all, and I have not had anything spoiled.
There's obviously if you've watching the trailer, like Obi-Wan
Darth Vader's in this.
Yeah.
I clapped. Obi-Wan's on the run, as you know from the trailer, right? He's like,
as I know from Star Wars.
right. He's
Like,
on the down low.
Yeah.
Yet he dresses exactly like Obi-Wan. Like the audience would not be able to recognize.
That's one of the things that bothers me. It's like Jedi have a very specific style of clothes they wear.
Right. And like he's supposed to be hiding. So what does he do? Let me put on my Jedi hood that's fucking giant oversized that can fit four people.
That's how he was in the original movie too.
But
it's like he went to the Spirit Halloween store and bought spiritual spaceman costume, and he's walking around in that. He's the Jedi. He's specifically
supposed to be like in hide on the run and in hiding, and he changes out of some other clothes to put on his Obi-Wan outfit, so we know that he's Obi-Wan. Anyway, I'm gonna watch more, and I don't know. I like the space Asian guy. I like his voice. His voice is the best. I'm gonna
say I like Obi-Wan more than any of the movies that have come out in the last 20 years.
Well, that's not saying much.
I'm just saying, I think it's better than that.
He's got to step it up soon. He's got to start like force choking people or something. Vader was fucking some people up.
Yeah, but that's Vader's thing.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
He's got to make up for 3 episodes.
He's pretty passive.
I know.
Not Clone Wars. Clone Wars Obi-Wan, General Kenobi.
Are you talking cartoons?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still General Kenobi.
He beat
it's
up.
Just funny. It was. But
funny.
He
beat up. He beat up droids.
Yeah, and then
it's pretty passive still to like beat up droids.
Oh, he kills some people in this for sure. He's
Yeah.
shooting some people, but he doesn't use his lightsaber, so I couldn't clap. They just tease it. They tease it. Anyway, I'll watch more because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
What else we got in TV?
Oh, the new season of Girls 5 Eva started this week or last week. We watched the first episode. That show is really funny. And if you're not watching it, and if you have Peacock, you should definitely be watching it because it's, I don't know, one of the few things to watch.
Mine's normal size. Sorry.
Womp womp. But no, it's really funny. If you like 30 Rock, you'll like Girls 5 Eva. It's the same jokes.
You're supposed to say you wish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch that because there's no DJing in it.
There might be.
Let me know.
I think there has been.
You did let me know about some show that had table tennis in it that I watched.
Did I?
Shipwreck did. It was like some Anastasia or something like that on Disney. It was something on Disney.
Oh, that's on That's on Theodosia.
Yeah, that one.
That one's on HBO.
Oh yeah, whatever. I checked it out. It wasn't quality table tennis.
It's not what. Yeah, I don't know why you checked it out.
Well, you know why? You fucking told me there was table tennis, and if you tell me there's table tennis, I'm gonna go look at it.
I didn't know that was something like you're gonna go watch this. I guess you did the same thing with Spin though. You saw like this is a show for tweens that has something that I enjoy
that I can fast forward to in just a few minutes and see what it's all about, and then I can be hip with the teens.
Oh, you know what I also watched? It's not on here. The new season of Somebody Feed Phil came out over the weekend, and my wife and I binged that intently. That show is great.
Nice.
Even if you don't like cooking shows, I highly recommend Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let me thank everybody who donated to our charity fundraiser for Children's Tumor Foundation. We raised just under $1,300, which is really great. And I'm going to announce the winners right now. Unfortunately, they don't give you the email addresses, so I don't know how I'm going to give these prizes out. But Switch Game or Not guy won the $100 gift card. He did donate $250, so that does check out. Bug9327 wins a copy of Spider-Man for PS5, and Ryan's Game Room wins a copy of Super Meat Boy for PC. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and of course, go to ctf.org to learn more about NF.